a career in law, but if the reaction to a video he made is any indication, he might just have a future as a rap artist or maybe a satirist. Andrew wrote a song called Tell Them They're Your First Choice, Even If They're Not. A mention by the Financial Post got him some attention, and then Maclean's magazine featured it on its website, and that led to an interview with Canadian Lawyer. And all of that has led Andrew to an interview on The Bridge. And before we talk to Andrew, let's take a listen to his song.
If you get an OCI, friend, cop it like it's hot, cop it like it's hot, cop it like it's hot. If your competition's dressed well, knock it like it's not, knock it like it's not, knock it like it's not. And tell them they're your first choice, even if they're not, even if they're not, even if they're not. I got the herbal in my tea and I'm pouring coffee and I bomb the first one cause I really gotta pee. I'm a fly dude, plus a nice guy. See this back pat, see this pink tie, eligible law student. 20 grand debt that's overdue like gum for that dirty breath. The interview, interior like Drizzy, the exterior like fire truck Lizard. I can exercise you, this can be a phys ed. Tell them they're your first choice, that's how you get a his ed. Lawyers on the streets and these lawyers with a sheet, with a list of names so long it make you wanna play it cheap. So don't try to run up on their ear talking all about school and cause they heard that show personality and ask them don't say think about it, take the offer. Matter of fact, tell them that you work for free. And think before you tell them that they're choice number 3. If you get an OCI, friend, keep it on the low. Nobody wanna know, you got a ways to go. If you get an in-from interview, keep it on the low. Nobody wanna know, you got a ways to go. If you get a dinner invite, keep it on the low. Nobody wanna know, you got a ways to go. If you make it past that, then you're on the right track. If you played your cards right, then they might just call you back. I'm a law student, but y'all knew that.
And that's a bit of a song called Tell Them They're Your First Choice, Even If They're Not. It's by Andrew Black, and Andrew joins me in the studio this afternoon. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Bob.
So what led to this video?
Well, there was a lot of mashups and parodies all over YouTube. Over the last couple of years, a lot of law schools have taken it upon themselves to create these sort of parodies that make fun of any sort of aspect of being in law school or looking for a job. Most notably, there was a couple done by Queens. There was 99 Problems, But a Job Ain't One. And there was another one called I'm Bringing Tort Law Back. And these were sort of the starting point for my inspiration.
Pretty arcane subject matter, too.
It can be, yes. But I think creative students tend to bring out the fun in it.
Yeah, but of course it's directed to law. And of course we might not understand. Is it OCI you're referring to?
Yes, it is.
And what does that stand for?
On-campus interview.
And that's when these recruiters come to the campus, any campus, and they interview prospective law graduates.
That's right. It's a lot like speed dating. It's a preliminary job interview, so they come here and they set up booths that are separated by curtains, and you have 20 minutes to make a good first impression, and then a bell rings, and everyone sort of switches out.
Oh, I see. I heard the bell in the piece too, but I didn't know that there was a reference to the bell. But that is it, isn't it?
That's the bell. I didn't put the bell in. That was in the original beat. I just got lucky on that one.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And we should give credit to the original beat. I asked you who is the sample from?
Yeah, and that was Pharrell. So big thank you to Pharrell and Universal Music for not taking down my video just yet. Right,
not just yet. Maybe soon if it gets more popular. But you said this is done quite often by law students. Why do you think yours has risen to the top or gotten the attention it's gotten?
I don't know. I mean, I saw these parodies out there, and I have to give respect where respect is due because Queens and a few other schools did a great job. I saw these mashups, and I've always been into video editing, and I thought we could do maybe a tad better.
Mm-hmm. It obviously does speak to the difficulty law students have in landing a position.
It's for most students, I would say it's the biggest pressure of coming to law school, yeah.
Is getting through those interviews.
Getting an interview, getting a job, and moving on from there.
Right now, who did you intend to see it?
Well, I knew that Windsor Law would get a big kick out of it, and perhaps a few law schools outside of Windsor, but we didn't anticipate that it would spread through Bay Street as fast as it has, and I think last I heard it was in New York too, and sort of spreading through some firms there and stuff.
Oh, really?
So we certainly didn't anticipate this.
It has gone that far, but how did it first come to the attention of the Financial Post? Do you know?
I think, it was posted on a few legal blogs, and someone who I actually mooted against at UWO, Omar Ha Red Eye, he runs a legal blog called Law is Cool, and he posted it up, and from there on in, I think a lot of people go to this blog for a beat on what's happening in the law school world, and it just sort of took off from there.
I was looking at some of the comments on YouTube where it is posted, and they're all very positive.
They are,
like
yes.
it.
Yes, there's been overwhelmingly positive feedback to this video so far.
Yeah, has it led to a job interview?
That's right, and kudos to McLean's for posting it on their website. I expect there'll be somebody will come along and post a paragraph sort of taking me down a peg or two, but that's
really?
Okay. That's to be expected.
That's all right. Yes, of course. Take down anyone that becomes popular, right? But what about the message, Andrew? I mean, basically lying about your interest in a firm.
Well, I guess I would defer to Dean Ellman on this one. He threw out an appropriate qualifier, I think, to the effect that this is not meant to be informative in any way. This is not an infomercial. It was made first and foremost for the entertainment, and it's a mashup. So while it has its roots in reality, everything that's funny does. It is just at the end of the day meant to be a laugh.
Mm-hmm. But you offer some pretty solid advice in there. Don't come on to the recruiting lady.
Yes, yes, solid advice. I won't name any firm names, but I think I hit it off too well with one interview.
Oh, really?
We got along really, really well, and there wasn't flirting. It wasn't like that, but we got along really, really well, and we were joking around. I said, "This feels like a great first date," and then afterwards, I didn't get a call back, and then I thought maybe it just meant too well. Maybe I wasn't hands off and cold enough in my approach.
So you've gone through these interviews or once or twice or several times?
Well, you go through the interview process after second year. That's when they come and they do the OCIs. The idea being that you try to get a summer job for between second and third year. And then after that, if you're lucky, you get asked back to come back as an articling student. And then after that, if you're lucky, you get asked back as an associate and so on. And
Gotcha.
So the cycle goes.
So you have had several interviews?
I did, yes. I went through the OCI process and I got a number of OCIs. I got a few in-firm interviews. I got a number of callbacks, and I went out and did the dinner thing.
So this is a lot of this is based on personal experience.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, most of the song was written actually in early second year after the OCI process, when the song was a little more relevant.
Yeah, you took there's a lot of thought that went into the video. It's not amateurish looking, and a lot of Windsor scenes and a lot of Toronto scenes too. I mean, you look like you were doing a musical video on Bay Street in Toronto. And
I was, actually. A lot of the scenes were actually filmed on Bay Street, and I guess that's sort of the connection I was trying to make, is Windsor is just as prevalent in Toronto as a lot of these other schools. And yeah, I thought it'd be fun to get a good friend of mine dancing around on Bay Street, cut against scenes of Windsor. It does look very interesting. Now, Maclean's did post the video on its website, correct? On its on-campus website. That's correct. On-campus website, but you take a little bit of a slam at Maclean's in that, and its ranking of the University of Windsor. I do, yeah. I take a little dig at Maclean's. So I think, just judging by the fact that they posted on their website, they obviously have a sense of humor about it, which is nice to see. So has it led to offers? I mean, what kind of things are people saying to you? What kind of things are people saying? Well, one of the most interesting things, and this has come from a couple of law professors, is it's meant more of as a joke, I think. But why are you wasting your time on law when you could be off doing this sort of thing? And they're joking, of course, but I think it sort of stems from this idea. That to a large extent, creativity and the legal world are mutually exclusive, and I don't think that's true. I think it takes creativity to be an effective advocate to a large extent, and I think Windsor law is special in the sense that I think we are creative, and I think it comes through in our style, and I think this video is just a small taste of that. I agree with you. I think some of the best performers I've ever seen are defense lawyers. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. I'll stop there. I won't say that. I'm going to get in trouble if I go any further than that. But certainly the theater of the courtroom is a wonderful theater. Sure. And it does take performance. And I'm sure performance is a big part of your training when you are in school studying law. Oh, absolutely. Performance does come into it, I'm sure. Absolutely. Effective advocacy takes a certain level of performance for sure. Mm-hmm. You know, that warning that is always out there about be careful what you post on the internet because it will reside there forever and may come back to haunt you someday. Do you worry about that at all? I mean, what will any firm believe you once they've seen this interview? Well, the response that I've gotten so far from people on Bay Street is that they do understand it's a joke. I don't think anyone would ever take this advice to heart and go and start telling firms, listen, you're my first choice, because the sort of going joke is that, to do that would be very corny and very cliche, and it wouldn't really get
It would
you
be
anywhere.
dismissed anyway.
It would be dismissed outright even before this video. So people understand that it's a mashup and it was just for fun.
Well, very good. It is a lot of fun. Congratulations on creating it. And again, are you considering maybe a sideline career?
Well, I've always had an interest in production and stuff. I mean, the dream, I guess, is to work in law for as long as it suits me, and then hopefully maybe continue law and maybe get on a board of maybe a production house or something. Maybe provide startup capital to start up films, or who knows?
Maybe an entertainment lawyer.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm not dismissing anything outright just yet.
Very good. Andrew, thanks so much for coming in.
Well, thanks, Bob. I appreciate it.
Andrew Black is a third-year law student at the University of Windsor.